Hello, welcome to my another session. In this session, I have a talk about monohybrid cross. What is the meaning of monohybrid cross? And from this experiment, Mendel formulated three laws or three principles. Nowadays, these are known as the principle of Mendel or principle of Mendelian inheritance. So let's start. What is the meaning of monohybrid cross? Mendel did the cross in between two parents. Suppose that this is the parent 1 and this is the parent 2, and these two parents were differ from each other by a single pair of contrasting character. Single pair of contrasting character. Suppose that the parent 1, which is tall individual, and the parent 2, which was dwarf individual. Mendel used the letter for tall parent capital TT, and Mendel used small tt letter for the dwarfness character. Tall individual means the stem of the pea plant, the length of the pea plant which was tall, and the length of the pea plant which was short. So for tallness character, Mendel used capital TT letter, and for dwarfness character, Mendel used small tt letter. At the time of gamete formation, 50% factor. Actually, at that time, Mendel had no idea about the chromosome and the genes. That's why Mendel used this letter as a factor. So Mendel used capital T. This is one factor and this is another factor. Nowadays, these factors are known as the gene, and here we say that these are the alleles. So at the time of gamete formation, these allelic pair, they separated from each other, and single T, capital T, which goes with the one gamete, and another capital T, which goes with the another gamete. So small tt individual or the dwarf individual, it also produce same type of gamete, and each gamete contains small t. Now these are the gametes of the F1 parent. So this is the parents. These are the parental generation. If you crossed, then what happened? If capital T fertilized with small t, then capital T small t, this individual will be capital T small t. If the cross taking place, if the fertilization taking place in between capital T and the small t, which will produce capital T and the small t. So another possibility is there, capital T, again this small t, this capital T may fertilize with this small t. So individuals will be same. The individuals will be same means capital T, small t. So this is not important. The ratio is important. The ratio. So 100% here, 100% individuals or progeny will be capital T, small t. So this is the F1 generation, or this is known as the first filial generation. This is the first filial generation. So all progeny of first filial generation, they become tall individuals. So all progeny going to be tall. So at the time of Mendel in monohybrid cross, all the F1 progeny were tall. If you allow these F1 progeny for selfing, if you allow these individuals for interbreeding themselves, so what happened next? Then the tallness character or the tall individual, which will produce two type of gametes. Why two type of gametes? Because these are the heterozygous. One capital T, another small t present. It means they produce two type of gametes. 50% gametes, they contains capital T, and another 50% gametes, they contain small t. See here also same thing will happen here. the capital T small t, the tall individual, which produce 50% gamete having capital T, another 50% gamete having small t. If the capital T which will fertilized with this individual, suppose that this is the male individual and this is the female individual, then what happen? By the fertilization of these two gametes, they produce capital TT. If this capital T, if fertilized with this small t, then what happened? Capital T small t. If this small t fertilized with capital T, what happened? It will produce capital T small t, and this small t which fertilized with the small t, then which will produce small tt. So this individual, it has capital TT, then it will become tall individual. There is capital T small t, it will be tall individual, and it going to be tall individual. But here small tt present, it will be dwarf individual. So this will be dwarf individual. So here how many talls are present? So out of 4 individual, 3 individuals will going to be form tall individual. So number is 3, or 3 by 4th number of individuals become tall. This is the phenotypical character. This is known as the phenotypic character. By seeing, you can identify what are the distinguishable character. This is known as the phenotypic character or the appearable character, and this is the dwarf individual. The number is 1 by 4. It means 75% out of these 75% progeny will going to be tall individuals, and 25% individuals will going to be dwarf individuals. So now analyze this. So this is the gametes. These are the gametes of F1 progeny, and these are the F2 generation or second filial generation. So you can write in this type also F2 generation. This is known as the checkerboard. Suppose that this is the Punnett square checkerboard. You can represent male and female here, and capital T small t. Suppose that this is the gametes of the male individual, and this side you may write the gametes of the female individual. So if the mating taking place in between, or the fertilization taking place, capital T, small t, capital T small t, like this you may write. This is known as the Punnett square, or this is known as the checkerboard. This is the tabulatory representation of the progeny which are formed in different generation or the filial generation. So you may write like this type also. Now analyze this. So in this experiment, which is known as the monohybrid cross. So what is the meaning of monohybrid cross? Here the two individuals, they are differ from each other by a single pair of contrasting character. The character is height of the or length of the stem. Length of the stem is the character. Length of the stem is the character. But it has two contrasting character again. One is tall, another is dwarf. So what is the monohybrid cross? The cross taking place in between two individuals, those are differ from by a single character. This is one definition. Another definition may be the crossing takes place in between two individuals, those are differ from each other by a single pair of contrasting character. Single pair of contrasting character means one is tall, another is dwarf. This is the single pair of contrasting character. If the individuals are differ from each other by a single character, means you consider the length of the stem. So this is the two definition of the monohybrid cross. So the crossing takes place in between two parents. Those are differ from each other by a single pair of character, or the individuals are differ from each other by a single character. This is known as the definition of the monohybrid cross. So here Mendel used tallness for capital TT and for dwarfness used small tt. Why Mendel used for tallness capital TT and dwarf for small tt? It means Mendel did his experiment by taking the true breeding parents, true breeding individuals, or pure breeding. Pure breeding means homozygous. All the individuals, all the parents are homozygous, having same type of alleles here, capital TT or small tt here. Mendel actually knew that each and every character of the individual which is controlled by a single pair of factors. Now these factors are known as the genes. So according to Mendel, each and every character of the organism which is controlled by a single pair of factors, and such principle which is known as the law of unit character. Law of unit character, also known as the principle of unit character. So what is this? Each and every character of the individual which is controlled by a single pair of factor, and this is known as the law of unit character. So each character of the individual which is controlled by a factors, a pair of factors are present in a pair. So nowadays these are known as the gene, but according to Mendel, these genes are factors. So these factors also known as the Mendelian factors, or the genes are known as the Mendelian factors. So Mendel used tallness. For tallness used capital TT, for dwarfness small tt. It means that there is the law of unit character. Each and every character of the individual which is controlled by a single pair of factor. Now come to the another law or the principle. In case of first filial generation, there is the capital T and small t. There is the capital T and small t. But only if this individual which contains capital T means tallness character. In F1 generation, there is the tallness character and there is the dwarfness character. Out of these, only tallness character is expressed in F1 generation. Out of these two, capital T and small t, only capital T is expressed in F1 generation. And such expressing character Mendel named as dominant character. And another character which will suppress in F1 generation, this is known as the recessive character. This is known as recessive character, and this is known as the dominant character. So there is no blending of Mendelian factors. There is no blending of Mendelian factor, means this is the tallness, it has tallness tendency and it has dwarfness tendency. Both the genes, both the factors present in F1 progeny, but at the time of gamete formation, these factors will separated from each other. They separated from each other, and this capital T goes with one gamete and small t which goes with another gamete. So they separated from each other, and in F2 generation again the parental character will produce. What is the parental character? Tallness character will produce and dwarfness character will produce. It means that when capital T small t present in F1 generation, there is no mixing, there is no contamination of these two factors, these two genes. there is no contamination, there is no mixing of these two genes, these two factors. That's why in F2 generation, the tallness character will produce and dwarfness character also produce. There is no blending of the factors, there is no contamination of factors, there is no intermediate character will produce. It means that gametes, these are pure. The gametes are pure because if both the factors, if both different factors present in a single individual, means in F1 generation, at that time of gamete formation, these different factors or different alleles separated from each other, there is no contamination, there is no mixing of the factors. That's why in F2 generation, again the recessive gene will produce, will express, and that's why in F2 generation dwarfness character will produce or will express. So if capital T small t present, the expression of small t will not lost here. The expression or the capability of small t, it is not lost here. The expression of capital T will produce in F2 generation. So here both the out of these two characters, one is dominant, one other is recessive. The dominant character which express in F1 generation and recessive character, it will express in F2 generation. So this is known as the law of dominance. Law of dominance. If both the factors, both the characters, both the allele present togetherly, but only one factor will express, that is known as the dominant character, and another factor will suppress here, not expressed, this is known as the recessive factor, and this is known as the principle of dominance. And another may be, at the time of gamete formation, they are separated from each other, they are segregated from each other. That's why there is no mixing of, there is no contamination of both these genes. That's why in F2 generation, again tall and the dwarf, these parental characters will produce. That's why the third principle may be the law of segregation, or it is known as the purity of gametes. These are known as purity of gametes. So actually Mendel formulated this law, the law of segregation or the purity of gametes. But actually by studying the Mendelian experiment, we conclude that Mendel already known about the law of unit character and law of dominance. That's why we use two additional principles, the law of unit character and law of dominance, in addition to the law of segregation. So Mendel formulated actually three postulates or three laws, but the law of segregation or the purity of gametes, this is known as the first law of Mendel. This is the law of segregation or the purity of gametes. So this is the pairing, these are the gamete, this is the first filial generation, these are the gamete of the F1 generation, and this is the F2 or the second filial generation. Here the phenotypic ratio in monohybrid cross, phenotypic ratio, which is tall is 3 is to dwarf is 1 individual, 3 is to 1. And the genotypic ratio, the genetic makeup of the individual, capital TT, capital T small t and small tt. So how many numbers of capital T present here? 1 individual. How many number capital T small t present? Heterozygous, 2 numbers. And what is the number of small tt? This is single number. So the genotypic ratio of the monohybrid cross F2 generation, which is 1:2:1. The ratio is very important, which will helpful for the formulate the ratio of the dihybrid cross and the dihybrid cross. So this is the monohybrid cross, and from this process, from this experiment, Mendel formulated these three laws: law of unit character, law of dominance, law of segregation or the purity of gametes. This law is known as the first law of Mendel. In addition, these Mendel's knew about the law of unit character and law of dominance. That's why we using these two additional principles along with the first law of Mendel. Thank you for watching. If you like, then click on my another experiment, which is the dihybrid cross. From the process of dihybrid cross, Mendel formulated another law, which is known as law of independent assortment or the principle of independent assortment. So thank you for watching.